Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for the 2022 NBA playoffs on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are now partnered with Prize Picks. So use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100, or use one of our links that we have down below in the comment section and in the description. Really a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. A lot of fun to use. Highly encourage you to check that out. Like I said, use our code SFP or one of our links down below for that 100% deposit match. Also, check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description of that. Always a lot of great stuff happening in the Discord, so highly encourage you to check that out as well. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, we have this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there is a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description. Great way to support the stream and what we do here at the channel. It's just $3.99 per month to get some custom emojis, a badge next to your name, and things of that nature. So be sure to check that out. Okay, now results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we had the Vandy man calling the Chris Paul, Reggie Bullock, Jalen Brunson, all to have one steal. This is a little mini parlay. Plus 210 odds was able to cash that. Great call out there from Vandy man. Always dropping the steal and block props. Love to see it. And then we had Travis Hortman calling the Mikal Bridges over 4.5 rebounds. At plus 106 odds was able to cash that. So great call outs there from our comment cappers. As far as the stream results, it was a rough night, guys. I'll be honest. It actually felt bad. We went 0-2. We missed on DeAndre Ayton under 18.5 points. He cashed the over at halftime. So that obviously hurt real bad. And then we had Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 rebounds, and he had 0. So it was a bad night, guys. No other way to say it, but we bounced back today. We're going to get this 3-0 today, so let's get after it here. Let's get right into our picks. And number 1, we are going with Al Horford over 10.5 points here for the Boston Celtics at minus 116 odds. So guys, Horford is 7 out of his last 9 to this line. He is also averaging 0.7 more points per game at home. So a little bit more action from him at home, which is what we like to see. He is 16 out of his last 21 with 2 hooks versus the Milwaukee Bucks to this line. Now, I go back that far because that's when he actually had his previous tenor with the Celtics. He went Celtics, Sixers, Celtics. So I went all the way back to there. Now, obviously, his role is a little bit different, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. But in this spot, what I really like about this, if you guys noticed in Game 1, they're going to be trying to give Jason Tatum a hard time. They're going to be running doubles at him, trying to get the ball out of his hands, which they did a great job of that in Game 1. That's why the Bucks were able to have a lot of success. And where was the ball going? Not just from him, but from other players as well. They were kicking it to Al Horford for threes. I think the Bucks are going to continue to live with that and let Horford shoot the ball at the three-point line. Horford was 4 out of 9 from 3, 4 out of 11 for the game, finished with 12 points. Obviously, I thought he could have made a couple more 2-point shots as well. So I think this is great value here on Horford, who, honestly, I don't see the game plan for the Bucks really shifting too much as far as Jason Tatum goes. I think Horford still will be left at the three-point line, still will have some open shots, and he'll be able to take advantage of that. His minutes were also at 36 in Game 1, which I also love to see that. They're going to want him on the floor to guard Giannis in particular, so we should still see a very high minute count from Al Horford as well, which is what I love to see. He does have a tough job guarding Giannis, I will say that, but like I said, I like him shooting threes this game. If you guys want to take a prop, a different prop on him, over 1.5 threes, I think is also a phenomenal look on Al Horford as well. The only thing why I didn't do that is because you got to pay the juice. I believe it's minus 155 juice. So if you guys want to pay the juice, I think that honestly is a great look as well. I think Horford's going to go over again. They're going to live with him shooting threes, and they're gonna make life hard on Tatum. Wanted to roll back Tatum's under again, but it did drop to 28.5. Getting a little tight there, and Tatum might bounce back a little bit better here in Game 2. He is a superstar, so I was a little nervous to take his under. But do love it here for our number 1 pick. Al Horford over 10.5 points for the Boston Celtics at minus 116 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with the Memphis Grizzlies +2 spread here versus the Golden State Warriors at minus 114 odds. So yes, we are running this back from our bet there in Game 1. They did cash for us just barely. But I still love this bet, guys, here in Game 2. I don't think the Grizzlies are going to get swept in this series. So if that's going to really happen, they got to win Game 2. I honestly think the Grizzlies will win. I love the fact the other day that we had the spread, so we're going to go with the same formula here. We're going to roll with the spread in case it's a really close game again. It comes down to the last shot like it did in Game 1. But yeah, like I said, desperation here for the Grizzlies, right? Game 2, the Grizzlies are a great basketball team. They have been all season. I know they're a little bit hard to trust come playoff time because they don't have the experience that the Warriors do. But I think they're at least going to get one in this series. They're not going to get swept off the floor. They're too good to get swept. They really are. They've been too good to get swept. So expect a response here from the Grizzlies in Game 2. I think it's going to be another great basketball game, but I think the Grizzlies will pull it off. They won 3 out of the 4 games during the regular season. They won by an average of 18 points in Memphis in the 2 home games. So they play really well at home, guys. The Grizzlies are a great home team on the season. They're 29-16 against the spread at home. They're 56-32-1 against the spread overall. Obviously, that's very good. So far, these playoffs, the Grizzlies are 3rd in defensive rating. Warriors are 9th in defensive rating. Warriors are 1st in offensive rating. Grizzlies are 10th in offensive rating. So obviously, Warriors definitely with a significant edge on the offensive side, and the Grizzlies with an edge on the defensive side so far in these playoffs. And really, we kind of saw that in Game 1. You know, the Warriors with the Splash Brothers, the way that they could shoot threes is back. Obviously, Curry is back to being Stephen Curry. He's been phenomenal in the postseason. And just the Warriors as a whole, they look like a well-oiled machine for sure. But like I said, the Grizzlies have something to say here in Game 2. They're going to respond here in Game 2. They're going to bounce back. I think they will take this game and tie the series up heading back to Golden State. I think this probably will be a relatively short series overall. I see the Warriors winning this series. Not a short series. The Warriors winning this series in 6. I think the Grizzlies get the next 2 home games, but I think they're going to really struggle to win in Golden State. But like I said, I think the Grizzlies are going to get one here. You know, Warriors on the season, 44-40-4 against the spread, 19-23-2 against the spread on the road. And like I said, the Grizzlies did cover last game. They were right there with a great chance to win and just couldn't quite pull it off. Ja almost pulled off the miracle there at the buzzer, just not quite. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really interesting game. You got a lot of really interesting narratives. You got Draymond Green coming back after the ejection there in Game 1, so it should be a lot of fun to watch. And I'm looking for a big performance here from the Grizzlies. So love it there for our number 2 pick. Memphis Grizzlies +2 spread here versus the Golden State Warriors at minus 114 odds. Okay, and at number 3, speaking of Draymond Green, we are going Draymond Green over 7.5 rebounds here for the Golden State Warriors at minus 115 odds. So guys, Draymond has cashed in 5 out of his last 7 games versus the Grizzlies, so we love to see that. Now, last game before he got ejected, he had 4 rebounds in 17 minutes. So he was well on his way again to cash again. And I think he will have something to say as well here in Game 2. I think he's going to play hard. I really do. I think he's going to come out. I do think Draymond Green's going to play hard and get on the glass. I really do. And I don't see him getting ejected again. I don't think he's... I don't see that situation happening again. That's rare that you see that. I believe that was one of the first games in the playoffs I believe he's gotten ejected in, technically. I know he got suspended. I believe it was back in the 2015 NBA Finals in Game 6, but I think this is the first ejection that he's had in the playoffs from what I was reading. So don't look for that to happen again, even though it's always a possibility with Draymond Green. You just never know. But I really love him to get 8 boards here today, guys. Like I said, he was well on his way. I thought about running it back on Wiggins again over 5.5. It was just really sweaty the last time we took it. He did cash, but I wanted something I felt was going to be a little bit easier here. I think Draymond's going to get us there a little bit easier. So far, Draymond is just 1 out of 6 so far in these playoffs. So why do I like it so much? Well, I love that the Grizzlies play at the 2nd highest pace in the NBA. The Warriors are 5th in pace as well. So we'll see a lot of possessions, a lot of shots, a lot of rebounds in this game. A lot of opportunities here for Draymond Green. And both of these teams are going small. I think that's very important to note. So Draymond Green last series drew some really tough matchups going up against Jokic and even Aaron Gordon inside as far as rebounding the basketball. And in this series, I think it'll be a little bit easier on them. The Grizzlies going a little bit smaller in this series, and Draymond should be able to gobble up some rebounds, honestly, here. And, in the playoffs in his career, Draymond's been a rebounding machine. I mean, so far these playoffs, it doesn't show, but throughout his career, despite the 1-6, the 1 out of 6 so far in these playoffs, he's 18 of his last 25, including that, to the over in the playoffs, to getting over 7.5 rebounds. A lot of those games with 10-plus rebounds. So I think he can get somewhere back up in there. I really do think he can get 10 rebounds this game. Like I said, especially with the Grizzlies also kind of going small as well. No Steven Adams available for this game for the Grizzlies. So that'd be my only concern is if Steven Adams was on the floor, which he's not. He's again out for game 2. And the Grizzlies, I don't know if they're even looking to play him anyway. We're here. I was hearing, oh yeah, Steven Adams is coming back, and you better look out. I'm like, he didn't play last series, not because of injury or COVID stuff, because they didn't want him on the floor. So we'll see what happens, I guess, with that. But I do love the over here on Draymond. I think he bounces back. The motivation will certainly be there for him tonight. So love it there for number 3 pick. Draymond Green over 7.5 rebounds here for the Golden State Warriors at -115 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. As always, I do want to say that I really do appreciate all of you here at the channel. Thank you all for your support. It's been an interesting last couple days, and we swept the slate on Sunday. We went 3-0, and then yesterday we came back with 0-2. So, obviously, I hope we could bounce back today. It means we're due for a sweep again today. But it's tough, guys. Betting in the NBA playoffs can be tough. Lines can be super sharp. And, today we found some stuff that I really like. But, be careful here in the playoffs. Don't waste your whole stack here in the playoffs. It's hard, guys. It is hard betting playoff basketball sometimes because there's a lot of coaches stuff going on. And there's just a lot of those type of variables going on. Like, even with Andrew Wiggins, the guy we cashed on Sunday, there was a chance he couldn't have even gotten back into the game in the fourth quarter. They were sitting him for quite a while, and I was really nervous he wasn't going to get back in the game. And that's the kind of stuff that's going on. Where, your guy, particularly with some of the Warriors guys, we saw Klay Thompson play just 31 minutes in game 1, which is weird. Because other guys are doing well. Steve Kerr's just rolling with those guys and be like, oh, you guys can have a seat on the bench. So you just never know with some of that stuff. I think Draymond is, really important to their success. Regardless, I don't think Draymond's a guy that they're going to want to leave on the bench. He is part of that core. But, we'll see how things go here in game 2. Looking to get this 3-0 today. Let's cash your bets as well. Check out all of our social media links. Check out our Prize Picks link, like I said, as well. Use our code SFP. Check out our Straight Fire MVP program. Great way to support the channel. Other than that, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you back here tomorrow. Peace out.